Our sages have advised us not to name a child after a rasha, a wicked person, following the dictum, Shem Rishaim Yirkav, the name of the wicked shall rot. How then is it possible that an entire portion in God's eternal Torah is named after Korach, a man who caused such conflict, openly challenging Hashem and his chosen prophet Moshe Rabbeinu? The Rebbe, whose 27th yahrzeit is this Sunday, the 3rd of Tammuz, offers a deep and uplifting perspective. The story of Korach was indeed very tragic, but only because of the way he behaved. His motivation, on the other hand, was positive and pure. For Korach, it wasn't enough to be a Levite. He wanted to be a Kohen Gadol, a high priest, to experience the divine in the Holy of Holies, the most sublime location on earth. This was a man who wasn't satisfied with the status quo. This was a man who wanted more and more, and for that we actually honor him. When we reflect on the Rebbe's life, we quickly notice a central theme: his boundless Avas Yisrael. Whether it's the Jew in the Torah who was rejected by all biblical commentators, or the Jew in New York whose only connection to Judaism is gefilte fish and matzah. The Rebbe loved every single Jew because he truly believed that regardless of all of his or her externalities, every Jew's essence, their godly spark, their neshama, is noble, holy, and good. A shliach once told me about a promising student, Daniel, who was becoming more observant, but he found himself unable to give up his relationship with his non-Jewish girlfriend. The shliach suggested that they visit the Rebbe, but the student was very hesitant, since other rabbis he had consulted only berated him for his decision. To his surprise, as he stood before the Rebbe and briefly described the issue, the Rebbe smiled softly and said, "Daniel, I envy you." The young man's face showed utter and complete confusion, and the Rebbe explained, "The tests you face in life are like ladders that elevate you to great heights. The greater the challenge, the higher the ladder. Since God has given you this difficult ladder to climb, it shows He believes in you, and He believes you can overcome the test, and that you have been granted abilities greater than most, and for that I envy you." Daniel was so moved, and soon after that he found the strength to break his engagement. This was the Rebbe's model. This was the Rebbe's life: to find the positivity in all the Korachs, and to touch the heart of countless Daniels. The Rebbe is our example, and we must all emulate his ways. Wishing you all a Shabbat Shalom u'Mevorach.